Welcome to the 12-hour report of the Rolex 24 in Daytona. We're halfway through the race. The third full course caution has just been called. Apparently there's a Lamborghini stopped out on the racetrack. The second full course yellow was for the 38 Performance Tech LMP2 getting into the tire barriers at the International Horseshoe. So a few people were upset with me for not putting in the full Helio angry clip. So I will rectify that right now.
It's just 24 hours.
And we're back. So let's talk about what has happened in the previous 6 hours, or at least the 6 hours since I've left you. And we'll continue with DPI. The DPI category, I think, is going to be decided by pit stops if the race continues as it is. The battle between the 77 Mazda Team Yost and the number 10 Wayne Taylor Racing Konica Minolta Cadillac has been, I have to say, epic so far. It's been a battle for the ages. These two cars are so evenly matched, and it really seems like, again, it's going to be strategy that defines this race rather than outright pace in the prototype division. We move on to LMP2, and actually, there's been a difference. The 81 Dragon Speed Orica of Ben Hanley leads that class away from the 52 PR1 Mathiasen Motorsports. So, you know, 6 hours ago, it looked like the 52 was going to run away with the race. That has not happened. There's a race in LMP2, and it involves the 81 as well. Then we go into GTLM. Now, what has developed recently is that the Corvettes have found trouble. Now, one of the things I didn't tell you in the last video was that the number 3 Corvette, that was the yellow one, actually had some contact with the number 98 Aston Martin. I'm actually standing in the number 98 Aston Martin pit right now. That car is out of the race completely after that contact. The number 4 Corvette has run into even more trouble, and hopefully we'll have some footage to overlay here with what's going on in that garage. But it seems like, to me, my prediction was accurate about what has happened or what will happen with a brand new car, the C8R for Corvette. They're not going to last the race. Now, I could be struck by lightning right now, despite the fact that it's a very clear and beautiful Florida evening, because the number 3 Corvette is still on the lead lap in GTLM. But the real story, I think, has been the number 24 BMW, which has managed to lead this race pretty much since the sun set. Now, that being said, the two Porsches, 911 and 912, of course, brand new to the United States, but they have some experience in endurance racing in Europe. They have been able to pretty much hound the BMW the entire race. Now, how is it going to end up? I think it may end up being, you know, whichever car can avoid trouble, because I just have a feeling it's not going to be, you know, 3 cars you can throw a blanket over to the end of the race. And don't count out the Risi Ferrari, number 62. That car has stayed in the competition. I believe they're still on the lead lap. If something should happen to the Corvette, the 2 Porsches, and the BMW that's leading this race right now, Risi Competizione, I would never count them out. GTD, talking about the Aston Martins. The only 2 cars currently officially retired from this race are the Aston Martins, number 23 and number 98. These 2 pit stalls are empty. As you can see, there's lots of fans taking advantage of being able to watch the race from the pit lane as the Mustang sampling JDC car comes by. In GTD, I didn't even get to talk about them in the last video, but Pfaff Motorsports has gotten back into the lead. That car was the pole sitter in the class, and that car is certainly one of the fastest here. Unfortunately, I was talking about the great story of the number 54. That car has faded in the last few hours of the race. They're about 2 laps down as we speak right now. Kyle Busch's number 14 Lexus was in the hunt for a couple hours there up near the front of the field, but they have fallen back as well in the hands of Jack Hawksworth. But the number 12 Lexus is, at least the last I checked, running 4th in the class, so there could be a Lexus winner right now. But it's right now Pfaff from number 48 Lamborghini, and I believe the number 88 Audi right now in the top 3 in the GTD division. So we're halfway through the race. We are going to do a fan meetup for the next video that I do at the 18-hour mark. I am going to do that, I believe, as we hear somebody's having some trouble somewhere around the track, there was some sort of a burnout. I haven't quite figured out where we're going to do that yet, but I will certainly let you know on my social media channels as well as on YouTube through the community tab. So check that out if you haven't already. So from the pit lane at Daytona International Speedway under the third full course yellow, this has been David Land on YouTube. Thank you to the Patreon supporters. Thank you to my cameraman, Kyle. And I can't wait to see what the final 12 hours of this race has in store. We'll see you in the next video.